Good evening, gentlemen. We are now on the second of the tri-header. We will review the India's England tremendous semi-final yesterday, and we would discuss in brief, of course, what happened and how India won. We'll start off with Ayan. My first question: we all watched the match. So winning toss, fielding. Is this the template in subcontinental India now, especially Wankhede and Kolkata?
I mean, that I don't think it was a good decision. I think if
I personally thought
England,
it was not good.
it
Win
was not
toss
a
and
good
bat first
decision.
is always, unless he has too
And
much of
especially,
grass.
see, in Bombay, you don't have the dew so much, right? In Calcutta, dew is a factor. Bombay, we didn't see any dew at all, right? Because England was,
Yes.
think of it, Rahul, there is this enormous pressure when you are chasing a big score in a big match.
250.
And in
Correct.
spite of that, England came very close, right? So England almost got 250. I mean, that's enormous. So if they batted first, sans that pressure, England could have maybe even scored higher. I mean, I think many of the initial wickets, the batters, Brook and all, they just succumbed to pressure. Had they batted first, I think without the pressure, if without pressure, I mean, with so much of pressure, they could get 250. So I shudder to think how much they would have got if they had batted first without that much of pressure, right? So I don't think it was a
No.
good call. I think in big matches, you should just finish batting unless it's a very juicy pitch where the ball is doing all kinds of things and all. That
I
is
always,
my take.
whenever I see someone winning toss and fielding, I am reminded of that very fateful
Oh, yeah,
semi-final Azharuddin. Always.
absolutely,
My mind goes back 30 years to that final because I was in the
absolutely,
ground and Sudip was there
absolutely.
also. Terrible semi-final. Terrible. I mean, it was one of the worst matches India has ever lost in the ICC tourney,
No,
that semi-final.
we have many examples, right? 2003 finals. That was again a
2003
very
final. No,
wrong
no,
decision.
87 the semi-final was a
That
heartbreak.
also, that also
2003 was a
same.
heartbreak, but
All of
96
them
was an error of judgment. Was an error of
completely.
judgment, right?
It was a
But
horrible error
complete
of
by a
judgment.
captain who was captained India in three
Yeah,
World
but it
Cups.
was
It was
not
an
him.
error of
No, I
judgment
mean,
by Azharuddin.
see, but then Wadekar was the coach. I mean, so everybody thought that somehow, I don't know how, they completely took out they forgot the fact that Eden Gardens, the 110,000 people, that is another
Yeah,
strength when you bowl. That is a strength when you bowl. That's your 12th person, the 12th player.
correct,
Somehow
correct,
they
correct,
forgot about that. I mean, that match would have been
correct,
in India's pocket had they batted
correct,
first, right? Anyway, so
correct.
96 is a long way off, but I don't think it was a very good decision by England to bowl second. I think it played right into India's strength because India is this team, especially. I don't think many of the batters are not firing, and therefore I think India would have been in very, very big pressure had England batted first and scored similar kind of scores. I mean, if they had, I mean, they probably would have got 250. That would have put terrible pressure on India.
I will ask you one before I move to Sudip. Every match we're discussing India licking runs. This also India licked runs, but still they're winning every match. Either they're bailed out by Ishan Kishan or they're bailed out by Hardik, Alwai Tilak, and now Sanju has got his mojo. Do you think this fit of luck will continue for India in the finals? That getting beaten blue and then coming and scoring? Because India is licking every match they're scoring 180,
No, but
getting
this
allowing
one
the
they
opposition.
batted first. This one they batted
Yeah,
first, so they
correct.
put up a
But
very,
still
very large
allowed
target.
England to get
Yeah,
246.
yeah. So come on. I mean, this yesterday's match was won because of Jasprit Bumrah.
Jasprit Bumrah. We
Absolutely,
are going to discuss that.
absolutely. So
One
because
hell of two bowling. I think he's probably one of the
unbelievable.
finest
No,
bowlers
no.
ever in the history of the game.
No, I can tell you quantitatively, Rahul. Today I saw a stat. Bumrah has the best average among any bowler in the world. I mean, among those who have taken 500 wickets or more, he has the best
International
average,
wickets.
20 point. Yes, that
Yeah,
is
he
a
beat Malcolm
fact.
Marshall to Test match record last year when he got
Yes,
200
19
wickets at
point something.
22.1.
He's
Yes.
19 points. I checked. In tests, he's right now at 19.5 or something.
Right now at 19, he was at
ODIs,
20 point something.
whatever.
Yeah.
ODIs is 23 point something. T20s is 18.8 or something. Overall, he's 20.95. The second in the list is Glenn McGrath. Marshall is third. Bumrah
Third.
is
Obviously,
the
Marshall will be there.
in terms of
Yeah.
statistics, Jasprit Bumrah is the greatest bowler in the world in terms of statistics at the moment. So, and you
Correct.
saw what he bowled yesterday, right? So,
Yeah.
if Bumrah
I think
by
India won
chance
because of
flops,
Bumrah. There's no chance about it.
if
Yeah.
Bumrah has a bad day, I think it'll be over for Team India.
Over for India. Absolutely. We'll discuss this. Sudeep, 253. The big question I'm going to ask you, because you are very critical of Abhishek Sharma. India is carrying Abhishek because I think I was looking at some stats. Abhishek Sharma, 5 zeros, 3 scores, 20, 55. I mean, doesn't inspire. I mean, if you can drop Sanju Samson for a bad few matches, why can't you drop Abhishek Sharma?
Yeah, actually, we had discussed, while we were previewing this semi-final, we were all of the
Correct.
opinion, that Rinku Singh must come in, Abhishek Sharma, give him a break. He's not in form. He's
Yeah, he
totally,
needs a break, basically.
he
Correct.
lacks confidence at the moment. So give him a break. Give Rinku Singh a chance. It's no point, further, you are doing more harm than good by picking him up every time,
And
getting him.
if Gautam Gambhir sticks to his obstinacy and plays Abhishek in the final, and Abhishek fails, you know what is going to happen if he
Yeah.
fails in the final again.
What is surprising, Ravindra Chandran Ashwin, he is supporting, he's in favor of continuing with Abhishek Sharma. That is what,
I also
a
saw
bit
that. I
surprised
saw
me.
that tweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it surprised me because, if given a chance, I would definitely bring Rinku and push, Ishan at the top of the order,
I mean,
and
you cannot continue with a player. He might be number
he's
one
a,
batter for you, but
but he's a
and too much,
liability at the moment.
too
He's a
many failures.
liability. He's a too many
And he's
failures.
a weak fielder. He's a weak fielder. He
He's
drops
a weak
catches.
fielder.
That's another big
Very,
issue with Abhishek Sharma.
yeah, absolutely.
I think he should go. We'll come into the team selection a bit now for the reviews. Ishanjan, uh, good to have you back. Your
Yes.
thoughts on the semi-final, primarily the English batting. Have you seen Jacob? I have always been saying this before you joined our team that Jacob Battle is the future. Ayan was there. We was discussing and reviewing the Old Trafford Test where finally Bethel got in the last Test match. Bethel finally came of age. I think I have never seen such good hitting. No cross hitting, straight hitting, both sides of the wicket. I mean, he almost took the match away, Shanjan.
Yeah, yeah. I was quite amused by seeing the match, the game of this Jacob Bethel, along with actually the match where I was listening to the match where England lost. There was no one to support Bethel over there because he was after the dismissal of the Jack, because Jack was the lone one who has given a little bit of compliments to Bethel, and after his dismissal and Sam Curran, he was running out of good support because things were totally impending on him, Jacob Buttle. And actually, he is not. That's I will tell you another thing, that everyone is not Virat Kohli, that to carry a team's shoulder on his Virat Kohli or Sachin Tendulkar. They are out of the genius to the power infinity, who can marshal out the team out of on his own shoulder. He somewhere lacks the support from the other end, the compliment from the other end. And another thing, Indian bowling also, like Jasprit Bumrah and even Hardik Pandya, those are very tough bowler to face in the death, in the critical death, because when last over came into play, there were the runs that were left were quite uphill. That is 30, and it's very much, that means it's 90% England lost the match over there only. The over Jasprit Bumrah, the 18th over and 19th over, where when Jasprit Bumrah and Hardik, and in fact the 17th over also, where Arshdeep Singh came into operation, because in the death over, Arshdeep has conceded only 15 runs. 15 runs, where the asking rate was 21, that means 19 and 20. At that point of time, Arshdeep has conceded only
I
15.
think it was around
And Jasprit Bumrah has
15.67. Then it
conceded
suddenly
only
shot to
6.
20 in the last
And
three.
Hardik Pandya also, yeah, and Hardik Pandya also, and mind out, Hardik Pandya, in the first ball of that over, he has conceded the 6. And there in the next 5 ball, he came back very strongly and he has conceded only 3 among the last 5 deliveries. So only 9 he conceded in that 19th over, crucial 19th over. And there where England lost the match. Actually, it was a mind game, which Hardik Pandya, I was saying it to some other show, that he can be the next Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, that man with cool brain. And absolutely, Bumrah is a genius, as my other senior was also already also saying. So Jacob Bethel, he actually basically lacked in the support from the other end.
You
So
think
there is
Bethel
where
was found
England and
wanting because he didn't have any support? He was just lone man. I think Sam
yeah,
Curran to
yeah,
an
yeah,
extent.
and
Phil Salt. Phil Salt was just
because
looking
England,
good when he got that amazing catch, Akshar's amazing catch. He had to go.
regarding this England team, I was once critical up to some point of time when we were discussing about Ashes, because there is among the newcomers who are coming out. See, Harry Brook is just like a that means lamplight. Sometimes he is glowing, and sometimes he is not one whom you can depend upon. So I in this team I found only this Jacob Bethel and somewhat to up to some extent Jacks and new among the newcomers whom you can rely. Harry, they all need some time to be matured, because I found them a little bit of
I think
that means
Jack was not
immaturity in
in
that.
good form, and that is also, I think, that went
England's
against England.
biggest trouble was
Josh Butler
Rahul.
not in good
I
form.
think England's
Yeah.
biggest trouble was, Phil Salt and Joe Butler. Both were out of form
I was
throughout
coming
the
to that, and
tournament.
that's what I'm going to
Josh
ask you.
Butler,
Phil
yeah, yeah.
Salt and Josh. I'll come to you, Ishanjan, later. Sudip, you picked up my point. Phil Salt and Josh Butler. Josh Butler. I'm reading in a lot of English newspapers. Could be the beginning of the
Could be
end.
his last. Could be his
Amazing
last
career.
T20. Yeah.
But
It should
like
be his
Johnny
end of
Bairstow,
his career.
like Ian Morgan, I see somehow the man who scored at the rate of 180 in IPL. I've been following Butler. The amazing rate at which he scored, I think that is failing. Somewhere the hand-eye coordination is missing. I think
Yeah.
it's 33, 34 could be. 30s, I think mid-30s. But
Yeah.
I somehow feel that Josh Butler maybe the beginning of the end of a great ODI
End
white
of
ball
his
player.
career.
In fact,
Yeah.
in the last IPL, if you have noticed, he is out of form since the last IPL also. Last IPL also, his performance was very bad, I think couple of years back, he was in the prime form. He was in prime form. But since
Two
then,
or
I think
three IPLs he played amazing.
In
He
amazing,
played
2022,
amazing.
when England won the semi-final, he was in prime form.
He was in
In
prime
prime
form. The
form.
22
2022,
World Cup, the
I think
T20,
it has
22 World
exactly.
Cup, yeah,
deteriorated since 2024. He has been totally out of form, last
totally
couple
The
of
out of
last
form.
years.
1.5 years.
Yeah.
Sudip, my question to you actually was, before we got diverted to Butler, you picked up the very good point. Jofra Archer, very surprisingly, poor bowling.
Jofra Archer was, taken apart, and he was
Very
what
badly.
actually he was bowling in a very, pedestrian manner. I mean, there was no variety, no variation in his bowling. He was just bowling.
I think he was clobbered very
I think
poorly by
I think he
Ishan
was.
Kishan and
I think
later
he.
by Sanju also clobbered.
Yeah, I think he wanted to bowl at a more, more pace,
Even
with more pace. And at the moment, his line and length, it suffered totally. And he was practically clobbered. And it was very surprising the way Jofra Archer bowled yesterday, because he bowls a very good line and length and at a very
And he
fast
bowls at
pace.
148,
And
149. He
140,
clips very fast
145.
ball.
So yesterday was very surprising. I mean, we didn't expect this from Jofra Archer, actually. He
And
was
as
taken
Ayan
apart.
rightly said,
actually,
if you don't have two or three, either you have a Jasprit Bumrah or you have three bowlers
no,
at 150. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to win a
no,
match, especially
one
against India.
one point we are missing over there. The match was being hosted on Wankhede Stadium, and in Wankhede Stadium, the speed that Archer was carrying, it's actually it has small hit. It can be so. There was up to some part that was the main clawback over there, because he was carrying such a huge speed, and over here in the 18th that over where Tilak Verma has taken him apart like anything. Uh, in this wicket, in the wicket Wankhede, you need to be little bit slow, and you need to be a little bit temptation there, but that was missing up to some part of Jofra Archer.
We'll come to you, Shanjan. Thanks. Ayan, your take on the bowling, the English bowling in general. Too much speed, as you rightly said, against if you don't have 140, 150 bowlers. Yet
No,
they
see
went
what.
for so many.
Yes. So, no, what I meant, Rahul, was that you either need sub four bowlers who will go then less than eight. How they
Correct.
do it, it's their business, or
Yeah,
less than nine. That is less than nine,
less than 9.
between 8 and 9, and or you have somebody like Bumrah who goes for five. That one bowler compensates for couple of really poor bowlers. England, I think, missed the bus completely. Archer was bending his back. He's putting down some balls at like high 140s. But then, this is a highway-like pitch. I mean, you do not get any
Yeah.
purchase from the wicket. And the con side is you air even a little bit in your length and line, the bat touches the ball, it will go faster than 148, right? If it is the timing is a little good, it's okay. These are small grounds. The square boundaries at Wankhede are 65 meters, less than that.
Yes, less
One,
than that.
if
Correct.
there is no if you do not hit directly to a fielder inside the ring, the fielder in the deep probably cannot move more than 5 or 10 meters before the ball will whiz past them.
Yes, I think that what you rightly
Right?
said, English bowlers
And
are
they did
earned in
not
life.
they did not mix up the pace at all. I mean, you see Bumrah's ball, 6 balls were 6 different stories. What Bumrah bowled at the death yesterday, those 2 overs, all 6 balls were different. And the batsman, Bechara
Those two overs, I think, will be in video
Karan,
academies, classic overs.
yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you, right? Bechara Karan had to, Sam Karan had to keep on guessing, कि अभी क्या आएगा, right? Whereas Archer was repeating himself continuously, same type of balls, and
That is why
one,
I mean, picked up the question with Sudip. And 150 and you bowl such shit. Not expected from Jofra.
in the sense that, yeah, I mean, you should understand. See, if this were pitches at Australia, pitches at the Sena countries, of course,
Yeah.
148, and I would have seen, and I would dare
And
say,
there would have been
Sanju
bounce.
Samson would have
With
been in big
148,
trouble.
there would have been bounce.
Yeah, of course, he would have had disconcerting bounce coming from good length or even little
Short of good.
pitch from good length. Yeah, I mean, if short to chori though, even at good length, the ball comes up at your nose, right? And then Indian would have been in big trouble. I would not put India as favourites against any of the Sena countries if this World Cup
We
were held
discussed
outside
this that
India.
in 27
It is
World
known.
Cup, India needs an
It
overall.
is
It will be in
known. It's
trouble.
going to be a big trouble, right? That we know.
Big trouble.
But what England missed today was they missed yesterday was variety. Somehow they could not bowl good slower balls. Wide Yorkers absent. I mean, Arshdeep is a real specialist in that. I see he can really, aim those tram lines and actually not bowl wides and yet get good Yorkers. Somehow, England completely missed the bus there. Their bowlers kept on bowling predictable lengths and very poor lines and down the leg side, and you would
I
get,
think till the 15th
final leg
over,
up.
as Ishanjan said, and the 16th over, I think the match was 50-50, maybe 60-40. That two Bumrah overs tilted it in our favors.
India had massive good luck yesterday, right? I mean, the catch that Brook dropped of Samson, that is just,
horrible.
I cannot believe. I mean,
I also can't believe.
see, there are catches which, Abhishek Sharma dropped a sitter also because it went up in the air. See, I've seen many catches like that getting dropped. I remember Steve Waugh dropping Tendulkar at 92, it was his own bowling. Tendulkar had this typical tendency of, hitting those extremely high shots, which would not go beyond mid-on. He would get caught, in his early stage of his career many times like that. I've seen many fielders miss the catches like that. Abhishek Sharma's catch was also high in there, but this one, it was neither hit hard, nor was it high in the air. It went like a dolly to Harry Brook. How he managed to drop it, and he basically dropped the match. There was Samson on 15, and this guy scores another 85 or something in 40 balls, and that is the end of England. The one catch being, you remember Steve Waugh telling Herschel Gibbs, right? Mate, you dropped the World Cup.
You dropped the World Cup.
You dropped the World Cup. So this is absolutely that. It's not finals, but that one catch, I think, really cost England a lot. And bowling is, as I said, bowling lacked any thought. They cannot think.
A classic example that only with speed you can't win a match.
With this wicket.
This wicket, yeah. The pitches are coming into consideration every day. I mean, Wankhede also was a different pitch.
I mean, but then in that Modi Stadium, Motera, I mean, there I cannot say they actually we had a horrible defeat against South Africa on that pitch. We lost in the 23 World Cup finals as well. We don't have a good record on that round. So there,
we don't have a good record
at all. I mean, I remember the first match that was held in 1983, right? That Gavaskar's 90 runs, Kapil Dev's 9 for 83. There also we were thrashed. We lost badly to the West Indies. But then, I mean, that pitch probably is faster than this, and maybe England would have done better. The grounds are bigger. The ground is the biggest in the country, probably. That Motera is the very big ground. So I think England failed to design their bowling as per the pitch, as per the ground size, as per the capability of the Indian batters.
Thanks, Ayan. Finally, Ishanjan, we'll wind up with you. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, one thing. Regarding this catch, two things. Regarding this catches as dropped the sitter, then we must appreciate two. That means one of the best catches which Aksar Patel took, which actually changed the course of the match. Actually, one was being taken by Aksar Patel, and another one Aksar Patel. So that means great support from Aksar Patel, which Shivam Dube finished the catch. That's true also, because day by day, this Aksar Patel is turning out to be a handy all rounder. We must, because
We have said
his
this before,
fielding is an
Ishanjan, that why
added
was he
advantage.
dropped? And you also said, we all said that he was dropped was a surprise thing for
It was a
Washington
great
Sundar.
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the Motera, regarding Motera, I must say one thing: since the final is being taken on Motera, again, I would have been much more skeptical. If South Africa would have been our opponent, I would have been a little bit skeptical. But since the opponent is in New Zealand, and but here over the Motera is very much, that means that means I don't know about what's the condition of the pitch. That's the main question, because in Wankhede and Motera is because the
No,
you,
Mutala, as Ayan said,
the
I think it's going to be a different pitch and it's going to be a faster pitch. Could be a faster pitch. And the ground also, the square is pretty big. So we'll have to see who wins toss and does what. We'll come to know maybe tomorrow and day after morning, we'll come to know of the
because
pitch.
I was coming onto fact, because since the match is getting against New Zealand, and I don't think that will be a batting wicket, because New Zealand they are very much be a
We'll
hard
discuss
hitter,
this.
and
We'll discuss this because
South
our next episode is on the preview, Ishanjan. My final question is, what was the differentiating factor in this victory for India? Jasprit Bumrah?
See, I must say one thing. India, I will. It's a collective effort. Not Jasprit Bumrah is definitely a factor, but
But I thought
Indian
that over
team.
from Bumrah was very critical, very, very critical in India's win. Otherwise, I think
Yeah,
India would have lost
but
this
I must
match.
say, not only see Bumrah definitely genius, but not only Bumrah. I must say one another regarding another two great bowler. The 17th over by Arshdeep Singh. That's also great, because he
That was
conceded
a
only
very good
15
over.
runs,
6 runs.
and
6 runs, yeah.
say 15 runs, Bumrah for 6 runs, and the don't forget the most crucial over, 19th over, Hardik Pandya, which Hardik Pandya took, and he actually played with cool minded, because first ball he conceded for a six, and in the last ball he grabbed the wicket. So he bowled, actually I was watching the match, and he was bowling very with cool headedly. And there onwards, that only 9 runs in a over where the asking rate was around 25, 26. He considered only 9 runs. That's turning out. Overall, I will say Hardik Pandya is the biggest. Hardik Pandya is one of the, that means impact player for India. For India, Shivam Dube and Hardik Pandya are going to be the two most critical and impactful player for India, and they can turn out the match even for India's way, even in the final also, even if the ground is so big. Because in Motra, because when these two, when Shivam Dube and Hardik Pandya, they are coming into bat, for them no ground is big, no ground is small. Their measurement is same all along the way. Because we have seen 2 3 shots with for Shivam Dube and Hardik Pandya, they are absolutely, they are, that means
Yeah.
relentless. Those shots are relentless,
Thank you so much,
which
Ishanjan.
carries
Thank you.
all the way to. So over to me, uh, you need to, for a World Cup in order to win the World Cup, team effort is absolutely critical.
We'll come
So
to the
team
review. We'll
effort
come to the
again.
preview. This was a review of India England. I was asking you why India won. I think we've got the answer. Collective effort. Arshdeep's over. Hardik's over, but I think Bumrah's over, as rightly Ayan said. And Bumrah and
Are
Arshdeep
the
both were
these
very
two over?
important. Yeah.
Both are good.
Thank you, Sudip, Ayan, and Ishanjan. We finally complete the review of our India England semi-final. So India being the winner, and they will take on New Zealand on the 8th at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Motera. Thank you so much, both all of you, and good night.